Three.
Hello and welcome to VRAcademi AI and Metaverse Lab, where you'll see a lot of technology that is used for explaining future technology to the youth. We have got over here a lot of devices, for example this Moxie robot, which is able to talk to the students and maybe talk about space exploration. And Moxie over here is an interactive robot that the students can use so as to talk about the future technologies. Moxie earmuffs, we'll come back to later on. Here you will see kind of a mini museum of different technologies which are all talking about immersive reality, how the art is created, how perhaps, for example, the film is created, how we can use the technologies to explain a story, perhaps, for example. So if you see over here, there are different systems over here around in our place. We've got a fully immersive experience over here, a projection system that allows you to interact with the world. So we are talking, I'm taking you to the International Space Station right now. If I was to touch it, for example, voila, I'm in the International Space Station. And the students can play around and they can learn about gravity and they can interact with various elements around. And if I press things, I can understand some information, which may be connected with audio and video. And I feel like I'm literally present over here. Or if I was to press something else, maybe I can have a quiz perhaps, for example. So the students can learn why is food specially packed under ices? Because I think so. Maybe it's easier to eat. Oh, it's the wrong answer. So you're going to try again. Oh, that's the right answer. So the crumbs don't spread around. So in addition to this curated space experience, we have got many other experiences. And let's perhaps take you down to another experience where we are now perhaps going to take you to another alien environment. And here we are, landed up on Mars. And when you're on Mars, it's very windy, it's very, very cloudy, and there's a lot of smoke and dust that you can see around. And all of this, not only you can feel, but you can also perhaps see as well. So let's see what happens on Mars. Let that touch.
Wow, here we are on the surface of Mars. You can see why it's called the Red Planet. Touch the glowing hotspots to learn more about Mars and our missions here.
So as the students come, they can connect with the hotspots and they can do some exercise. So first of all, I'd like to learn. So there's a magnifying glass.
Over the years, NASA have sent 4 rovers to Mars to explore and help us learn everything we can about the Red Planet by taking a closer look at its surface that wouldn't be possible for other spacecraft.
So once we have learned it, again, we can go and we can play a quiz, perhaps, for example. So how many rovers have been sent? Perhaps 4, and that's the right answer. And of course, you can do some other things as well. You can perhaps interact with it to see what is the physics on planet Mars. So if I press this, okay, if I press this down, you see it goes down to gravity. We can talk about gravity and so on and so forth. Let's perhaps explore something else, And we have got unlimited experiences.
One of our closest neighbours and brightest lights in the night sky. It's fascinating
Experience
to hear
Center
recording
acts as
history.
a cinematic planetary experience where you can create any content
In recent
and
years,
explain a
the
story
dream of hosting the
about
first
what,
extraterrestrial
how perhaps, for example,
has moved ever closer.
the world is changing and explain and portray in an emotive way to the students our missions and how we can perhaps live in a dark space. We have got about 30 content which we have created already talking about different space missions. And if I show you over here, on this interactive board, what we can do over here is that we have got over here, again, fully immersive virtual reality experience, which is explaining India's journey to the moon. So what our friend is seeing right now is a fully immersive virtual reality. He has gone on a space mission and he's learning how did India manage to get on a very, very low cost on the moon itself. And what he's seeing in VR is a fully, what you call deep engaging experience in which he travels from planet Earth to the moon, but what he's seeing is everything inside 3D and in 360. Again, we'll get back to that in a bit later time, but here you can see I can talk about any subject. I can talk about, through the projection system, in an interactive way, about the galaxies, about our interstellar missions, and about how perhaps the human ingenuity to survive and thrive is extremely important. What you see in the academy is a learning experience, and perhaps if we can bring students to this place, we inspiring in them, we can actually give them a hope of what the future benefits of space exploration and about human inquest towards ingenuity can be. But this lab is our VRAcademi and Metaverse lab is not just about giving a sense of inquiry, it's about experimentation. So I would like to take you up to our learning center where we are fostering creativity in the students and we are showing how we can use the technology to actually build and create and live in this unreal environment. Let's take you up. So as we come up, in this lab you will see different things, students' work, artwork, their expressions about how it is to be in a different environment, how it is to be in a different planet, perhaps, for example. What is it, for example, in terms of art, culture, and creativity. And this is where the learning really happens in the lab. We've got different labs over here for creativity. The first lab where learning is happening is over here, which talks about Unreal Engine and how perhaps, for example, we can use the technology to create different stuff over here. So as we come over here, we've got over here different machines which are showing how perhaps we can create unreal environments. We have got over here alien Mars, alien planet, alien cities, and this is being built in Unreal Engine to gamify the experiences. And we got students joining not just physically into the lab but also from distance as well. And in order to create games, it's very, very important to engineer sound inside. So another facility that we have got in our lab is our Design Technology Center, where we are using the technology of 3D printing live from virtual reality back into the 3D prints. We are making music and sound, and we are recording sound on our own in our sound room, where we can perhaps actually create and record sound with full sound insulation so that we can add effects to our games, to our interactive stuff that we create. Another element of our lab that I would like to show you is our robotics and AI room. And Anwar over here is going to show how perhaps we could be creating robots in an alien environment. So, Noor, can you please explain what is this lab very quickly and what would it mean to have something on Mars, perhaps, for example?
Yes, of course. So, yeah, come in, please. Sorry. Yeah, so this lab is called AI Robotics and Coding Lab. Here we are teaching the students about AI and robotics and coding at the same time. So that's why you can see different robots starting from foundation to advanced. These robots are the latest robots in the market for robotics. When the students come and cover all the aspects of robotics, they will be expert in robotics, coding, and AI and machine learning all at once. That's why we have different levels and different kind of robots. So the robots can do a lot of things like industrial things, or this one can go to Mars, okay, like this one, okay. Also we have the dog robot. So this dog robot also can, they send this one to unsafe place or dangerous space like caves or underground or nuclear power station.
Let's see them in action, okay?
Yeah, and for the students they can get this robot, like in these boxes, that one or the red one or the yellow one, using the iPad, okay, they can build the robot step by step until they reach to the end.
Okay.
Then they can use the same application to control the robot. Okay. Also they can do the programming. This is the most important part, is the coding part. So for example, here it's written, I put the code, move the robot forward for 1 second. If I play, it will move forward for 1 second. I can change the direction. Okay, also there are 6 motors in this and IR sensor. So they are going to learn all these aspects in this foundation level. Then now let me show you that dog robot. So first we need to...
So this dog could be perhaps living on the moon and be your real dog companion.
So I can say hi to the camera.
Will it listen to my body language if I was to ask it to sit down?
Yeah.
Or this way? Maybe. Oh, it only knows you as a pet. So we have trained him. So how does it work? With image sensing and machine learning?
Yeah, there's one sensor called gesture sensor. Also we can put a camera here to do AI projects.
Okay, and what's the weirdest trick that it can do? What's the smartest thing?
It can do a lot of things. This is, you can see this one.
Oh wow, that's totally insane. Okay, I think that we get enough. Okay, what about that amazing car over there? Can you show that?
This is not only car, it's car and a robot as well. In this car you can see.
Is it self-driving?
Yeah, so this is like a mini Tesla or AI self-driving car. You can see there's a camera over there and 4 sensors and magnum wheels. There are 48 wheels in this car, not only 4.
And that's how it'll be easier to move on Mars, perhaps, for example, and save energy as well. Can you show how it works, please?
There's a camera here and you can see the screen as well. So this camera can display everything. So for now, maybe I can control the arms. The arm of the robot as well. Okay. So there's a section code. It can take anything, and I can move like that. Okay. Now I want to show you.
Can you get into a parking spot with much easier? Can you make it park over here, perhaps, for example?
Yes. Exactly.
Let's see how it can park.
Yeah. 1 minute.
And I wanted to park in the most weirdest way that nobody has parked, perhaps, right now.
So if you put the car here, imagine that this is the sidewalk. The car should park here. Okay, so there's a code here. We program the car, so everything is programmed, not only control. You search for the parking, which is this one. Okay, so the car should detect this one, and it should park like that.
And it didn't hit the curb. Wow, it's way better than my car, my parking skills.
You measure the distance. It's 8 centimeters between the car and the tree. Okay,
So it's with the camera that it looks at the sign and then it decides.
Yeah, the camera looks at the sign and the sensor detects if there is no, this one is not there, it will continue moving until we find the sidewalk.
So a lot of technology over here in these labs that you can use for explaining space exploration and space program, and we would love to welcome our students from around the UAE to come and see VRAcademi's AI and Metaverse lab in Sukim 1 on Jumeirah Beach Road.